recap on the day. So today I had Oxy on my list. I had Neo, and I also had Apple and the Spy to play the overall market if the overall market decided to go in one direction or the other. Um, so my trades today, I specifically took trades on Oxy and Neo. I didn't touch Apple or the Spy, although Apple and the Spy traded, Apple specifically trended down really nicely at the open. So I'm just gonna go over this first couple tickers on that I took on Oxy. So Oxy was very interesting today. It didn't really trade as nicely as it usually did, um, and I got sort of chopped up myself trying to take some trades on it. Not so good setups. Um, so to start the day on Oxy, I took a trade, basically a long trade after we sort of rejected VWAP, and I saw some buying on the tape. I was looking for a move all the way up, past R2, maybe to R3, and look for an exit up at R3. Um, but the bad thing about this trade is that we started rejecting with wicks here, and I took a long against those wicks and these daily levels, so there was a lot of resistance in my way, so it wasn't a high probability setup, and I took a 1 hour loss on that. And once I saw these wicks, I immediately reversed my position, and I was like, okay, we're losing VWAP here. And then we lost this $58 level, so I took a short here, and I looked for a drop to PDC and lower, and maybe the pre-market low, but we didn't get that move. We started like chopping around here, and then once I saw this 2-minute doji with higher volume than my entry candle, which was a big wide candle, I exited on that position because I wasn't confident that the trade would go lower any lower than it already did. So then from there, I started watching price action, and I thought, okay, maybe we still might lose PDC. So I took a short here once I saw some tape selling and the price moved down a bit, but there was no volume on this candle. So I took a 0.7 hour loss when I saw that the price was squeezing against me on the tape, and I just knew that the volume was still my entry candle. So I just bailed on that one. I gave up some profits here. So overall, this was like I was probably down still somewhere around 1.3R, I believe, or something like that. Or 1 hour total, I should say. Because this was a this was a 1 hour, and then this was a break even, I believe. Or no, this was a 0.7, and this was a 0.7, and I had this 1 hour loss here. So I was down 1 hour on that, and I decided to watch from there. And price automatically squeezed straight up towards. I saw that we were squeezing straight up towards VWAP. We had this nice push on volume. There was no real confirmation for entry. Just pricing shot up like this. So I was interested to see what would happen when we reached R2, or if we were to get to R3. So we started pulling back here, low volume. Then we made this nice little push up here. And then what I noticed was that volume started to fizzle here on the 2-minute chart. So I was curious to see if I could take a short against R3. And then I saw, we pushed up to the 59.50 level with low volume. And we just sort of stalled. We made the small candle. And the moment I saw that we were just starting to lose it with some sell orders a little bit, volume wasn't great, I took a short, and I kept my stop real tight above like 59.62, 59.63. And I had a really nice tight risk, and I was targeting previous day close. So as soon as I took this position here, I took the short here, and I was targeting previous day close and pre-market low. So I took a 50% partial here, and I took my all-out exit here for a total of 6R on this move. It was a great move. I was down 1 hour here, so this put me up 5R total on that move. And then since I saw that we were kind of stalling back up again on low volume, I looked to try to take a re-entry position here on Oxy to see if I could get that move towards S3, because we had bounced from R3, and Oxy has just been traversing this entire time. So I was looking to play the full range on it to see if I could get a move to about 55.50, which was going to be my target. So I took a short on it. Once I saw the volume was decreasing on the 5-minute, we made a 5-minute low. And we had some sell orders coming in, and we were losing previous day close. We looked like we were going to. So I took my short here, put my stop at 58.06, I believe, somewhere around there. Yeah, 58.06 with an entry of 57.50. So it was like about a 51-cent stop. Not as good as my first entry, but I was looking for that bigger move. So it was still a good risk to reward ratio. And then we started to lose. We were stalling at pre-market low, and then I was like, I'm going to put my stop at break even. I'm already up 4R on the day. So I put my stop at break even, and if we came back and stopped me out, I'd be okay with that. Now we're just sort of indecisive about where we want to go, so I'm done trading Oxy for the day. And my other ticker that I traded was Neo. Let me go ahead and pull that up in a second. So I took Neo as a long. I had a long bias on it because of the move in the pre-market that we had. We had this downtrend all the way from up here, and we were kind of at S4. So I was hoping that we would sort of squeeze at the open. I was watching it very closely on the 2 minute chart to see if there was any sort of squeeze that would happen, and then we get bought up, and that's exactly what happened on high volume here. So I took a long here before we touched 19, which was a little risky, but we popped up and we were just stalling. Started stalling here. I put my stop right below this daily level instead of low, but it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been a loss either way. And then we just sort of came down and stopped me out. But I think it was a good trade. This was actually my first trade of the day, so I started the day minus 1R, then took all those nasty trades on Oxy before I caught that final nice Oxy move. Uh, so yeah, this was my trade on Neo. I expected the long. I was going to try and hold for a move to 2015, which was previous day close, and that was going to be my all-out target, and or at least a big partial there. And that was my trade on Neo. It ended up trending nicely. I didn't take a short position on it because I just, I had that S4 bias long, and then we just trended nicely down. It was a nice S4 breakout, but it would have been hard to take a short against this doji here, and I didn't really get that pullback to VWAP that I liked, so I didn't take that trade. So yeah, that was my trade on those are my trades on Oxy and Neo. I started the day with a bunch of losses. I took a loss in Neo for the 1R loss. I took a 1R loss on Oxy, made back an R, then lost 0.7R, so still down 2R, and then I finally caught that move on Oxy for that beautiful R3 short. Take a look at that trade again, and just caught this really nice downtrend move all the way from R3 with a real nice tight stop to end the day at 4R. Well, to be precise, it was a 3.8R. It was 4R before this break-even move, and then I gave back like $2. So ending the day at 3.8R, almost 4R, and doing well this week. I'm up. I believe I'm up 9.8R. So this is probably going to be, barring any exceptions for tomorrow, it's going to be my best trading week in my entire year of sim trading. So 13 months of sim trading, and I'm having one of my best weeks ever. So this is great. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any comments or if you have any topics you want to talk about on my trades, or if anything you want to ask. I'd be happy to answer questions or have any feedback from any fellow traders that watch my videos. Thanks so much, and I look forward to ending the week strong and talking to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.